Collective, welcome back, Divine Essence Tarot. So I figured I would come on at least one day this weekend and give you guys a little something, okay? It won't be a 45-minute read. It's just going to be about 30 minutes, guys. But I definitely am glad that you guys are here. Anybody that's new, welcome. Returning subscribers, welcome back. How y'all doing? I hope that your weekend is beautiful, you know, and you got to enjoy some of this weather that we're having. Yes, I did. As usual, guys, you know, she pops out. She pops out when she pops out, you know? Absolutely. So I want to just do collectively, a quick, I guess I'll do a quick air, fire, earth, and water read. I'm just going to pull a few cards for each. Okay. Let's start with air. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. I'm looking at my cat. My cat I have a little kitten, and she always watches me when I'm doing my reading, so I always think it's so cute. Okay. I have an audience, guys. Besides you guys. Spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors, please shine a light on what I need to see for my air signs. Show me just a little bit of what my air signs have going on at the current moment. Opposites attract. It says opposites attract. It says lessons, not your usual type. Different spiritual beliefs. Okay, so you could be in connection with somebody who, or they could just be in your energy, somebody who you really wouldn't go for usually. You're not, maybe with this person it wasn't an immediate attraction. You know, it's like how people say, love at first sight. It wasn't that with you and this person. This individual had to grow on you, right? Air signs, they had to grow on you. Something about them attracted you, but it wasn't what you thought, you know, what you usually go for, put it that way. It's not, this person had something that I feel with them that you, in any other instance, you would have maybe went the other way, went the other direction, but you found this interesting in them, whatever this trait was, or this characteristic, or something in their looks. But yeah, they're not your usual type, you know, for whatever reason. Everybody does have a type, whether they admit it or not. Okay, we all have a preference, right? So yeah, they're just letting me know. And this person could be, if you look at the card really well, there's two fish, but they could be a Pisces. Okay, they could be, they could also be a Libra, because I'm getting duality with this card. So, okay, tell me more, Spirit. Intimacy, passion, coming into union, chemistry, and missing you. So this person, if they're missing you, that means that you guys are not in connection, right? So this is somebody who you're not talking to right now. Maybe you're broken up with them, or the connection ended for whatever reason, but you guys are no longer in communication. You haven't seen this person. You guys haven't been talking, no texting, no nothing. It's been quiet, crickets, okay, for the air signs and their person. But this is somebody who you had a high attraction to, someone who you were passionate about. You guys could have spent many nights or many weekends like this, laid up, just, you know, not even having sex, or maybe after sex, just laying together, embracing each other, holding each other, things like this. There was an intimacy between you. It wasn't just like a wham bam. It was more than that. It was deeper than that. There was a chemistry. You felt there was a spark with this person between you and them. right? And they felt the same thing. And they're missing you. This person is missing you. They're thinking about you. They're reminiscing, I feel. Thinking about the good times, thinking of when you guys were together. So I'm only going to pull 2 for each sign. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Now, let's get some tarot for you guys. Because, again, I'm going to make this quick. I actually I'm in the process of cooking right now. Okay. So she has some seafood. She's making potato salad. The potatoes are boiling right now as we speak. Throw some veggies together, you know. And that'll be my dinner, okay? You guys know I always got to talk about food. Come on here. What are you guys having for dinner? I hope it's something good. Nourishment is important. Listen. I don't know who... Oh, this one just popped out. It's the 8 of Swords. I'll show it to you guys. This one popped out as I was... So this is... Swords represent air. So it just looks like, to me, with this 8 of Swords... Someone in the connection turned a blind eye to how they showed up. Somebody, what they did was, in the connection, they either turned a blind eye to your feelings, collective. They didn't want to hear how you felt, if you had an issue, or they didn't want to see that something in the connection was wrong or was starting to ruin what you guys had. They turned a blind eye to it. Or they turned a blind eye to how they were acting. You know, they threw rocks and hid their hand. You understand? Like, whoever you were in connection with could have started or created problems where there was no problems. And if it doesn't resonate, then let it fly. But it could be that whenever I give my readings, the energy can go either way. So either I'm talking to you, collective, and this is your other person, this is your person that we're talking about, or it's you, or this is you, what you did. Okay, so it's either them or you, always. Okay, guys. So somebody here absolutely played innocent, played coy, you know, and didn't want to own up to how they created issues. And when it was time to talk about, you know, what was going on, they didn't want to. They chose not to. And that's an issue. Okay. Tell me more, Spirit, about my air signs. The Hermit reversed. Okay. So this is the Hermit. I love this deck, and I usually don't use it. So I pulled it out because I haven't used it in so long. But this is the Hermit, which came reversed, okay? I love the imagery. I love the artwork of this deck. Beautiful. But this is just showing that you guys, again, you have been quiet between each other. You haven't been saying anything. And you both, I feel, have been in the hermit mode, which means you're focusing on yourself. You've been going within. You've been trying to figure out, you know, what happened here in this connection, or what you need to work on as an individual. The hermit can be very personal. When you're in hermit mode, it could just be about you. It could be about your own growth, not just the growth or reconnection of another person or what happened with another individual. No, it could be that you know that you have issues, and in hermit mode, you actually want answers. That's why you're in hermit mode. You're not dealing with anybody. You're not talking to anybody else. You're really just focusing on yourself and getting yourself healed, because you know that you have issues. Being in hermit mode is important, and I feel like it's a good thing. It's a beautiful thing, because if you don't go within and you don't take that time and, you know, break from being coupled up with somebody to focus on yourself, you won't be better. You won't. You're just going to continue the pattern with every relationship. Everybody that you get with is going to be the same outcome. And that could definitely, I'm getting that that's how it has been. With every relationship that you've been in, collective, it doesn't work. And the reason why, and I feel like now you're trying to get the answers to why. Like, why every person that I get with, it starts off good and it never ends well. Well, when you go into hermit mode, you get those answers. You get the answers from God. You get it from spirit. You get it from the divine. Okay? Whatever you call your higher source, you're going to get the answers. So it's important for you to be in hermit. So it's just saying that right now you're coming out of that. So you have already taken time away from this person, away from connections in general, and you are coming out of hermit mode, ready to rejoin the world. You've gotten the answers, and I feel like you have worked on yourself since you've been out of connection with this individual. Not saying that you're completely 100% healed, but you have been doing some inner work, and that's important. That's good. Tell me more. Okay, so we have the 8 of Cups. 8 of Cups came upright, so I'm going to show it to you guys. See that? So what it means is that there's this connection that you were in, right? Collective. You had to walk away. See how this character is walking away and they're throwing their hands up? Somebody here decided, could have been you, could have been your person, that they had had enough of being emotionally disappointed, emotionally neglected, I just heard. And there was a lot of anger that you felt when this thing came to a head. You see how she's all in red, right? Which for me represents anger and a lot of animosity and a lot of just built up. I feel that it was built up over time. So this is the issues that you guys had were issues that you continuously had. This wasn't just 1 or 2 things that happened and it was like, oh, I'm done, and the other person just gave up. No, this is whatever issues you guys had. Somebody felt that they were neglected here, either you or your person. That you could have felt like your person didn't hear you, didn't understand you. And I do honestly get that you guys spoke different languages, and we all have love languages. What your person needed wasn't important to you, or you just didn't understand it. You didn't understand where they were coming from. There was a misunderstanding totally between you guys, and somebody threw their hands up and had enough and they walked away. Could have been you, could have been them. Because they walked away. You have to understand this is what I love about tarot, because you can get, instead of just the surface level, you can dig deeper to what this person didn't say or what they said and you didn't hear for whatever reason. It answers your questions on a deeper level, right? This person, whoever you were in connection with, or either you felt that it was a waste of time to try to continue to make the other person understand where you were coming from, what you needed when it comes to your heart space, right? And what made you feel safe and what made you feel secure. So there was a lack of emotional care and nurture in this relationship. Tell me more. One more. We're going to pull one more. And we're going to go to the next sign, which will be fire. And so we have more cups. There's a lot of emotions here between you and this person. It's not that you didn't care or they didn't care. Because when the cups come out, it lets me know that both of you shared a love and affection and adoration, even admiration for each other. We have the this is the 7. I'm sorry. 7 of Cups. Okay. 7 of Cups. For me, what it's giving, I would say, is that you could have felt that this person that you were dealing with had, you see how this character has 2 faces? You see there's 2 faces there. That this person that you were dealing with had 2 personalities. I'm getting big Gemini energy with that. You could have also been dealing with a Libra, with the duality. But this person that you were in connection with, you could have felt like, in one instance, they were a good person, genuine. They could have came off as having really good communication, caring about you, loving you. But on the flip side, they also showed you another side of them, which was horrible, terrible. They showed, if you look on this card, there's the mask, one of the masks is white, right? Representing spirituality. This person could have came in and made you think in the beginning that they were this spiritual individual. They were about love and light. They were about learning about, you know, anything having to do with getting closer to God. And maybe you guys shared an interest in spirituality. You both were creatives, or you both were artistic in that way. See how this character is an artist. So maybe you guys shared a passion when it comes to spirituality in some aspect. But on the flip side, they also have a black mask on. You see the black mask that they also are wearing on the other side of their face? So I feel like either you or your person showed your shadow side to the other. So when you showed that shadow side, that person wasn't able to handle that very well, because when we're talking about shadow, we're talking about the side that is very dark, and all that, the negative aspects of you. And another thing that I just heard, they're telling me that this person pulled out the worst in you. So either you pulled out the worst in your person and made them act in ways that they usually don't, made them react in negative ways that they usually, maybe your person is usually calm and collected, but you pushed their buttons in such a way that it created this energy that they usually don't even get in. You made them jump in a bag that they usually don't get in, which is when a person is bringing out the worst in you instead of the best, it's not healthy, right? So they're just letting me know that someone here had, like I said, they showed their on one side, the lightness that they had, and they also showed their dark side, their shadow side. So there were two sides that were shown here, and I feel like that shadow side maybe took over. The shadow side took over the light, and that's where the problem was created here. All right. Well, I'm going to just flip over the deck for what you don't see coming. What you don't see coming is the Emperor here. So someone could be coming in with this Emperor energy to reconnect, or someone showed up in the connection as the Emperor also. So this is someone who is very calculated. You see, I'll pull it out. Well, I'll just continue to hold it. You see how the Emperor is standing on a checkerboard. So it's letting me know that somebody showed up here, either you or your person, and they were very much controlling, very controlling. This is someone who, it has to be their way. It has to be, and if it's not their way, it's wrong. You can see his face is very much giving, I said what I said, and either you take it or you don't take it. So somebody showed up in that type of energy, highly controlling, manipulative, and narcissistic. This is somebody who rules with an iron fist, the Emperor. And although an Emperor is someone that other people look up to, clearly, they're a leader, right? And they have all these positive attributes to be spoken of, but on the flip side, they can also be over the top with it. So this is somebody who could have had, with all this red that he's wearing, could have a bad temper. Somebody had a bad temper here. They would fly off the handle if things didn't go their way, or if they felt a way about anything, they would just flip. Very quick to flip out, very quick to anger, and to get nasty as well. I just heard nasty. Somebody was nasty with their mouth. They would just say anything to hurt you and rip you down and make you feel this big, and they enjoyed that. So this is what you were dealing with here. Either it's you that I'm talking about, or it's your person. But flip the energy, guys. All right, so that's what we have for air. Next up, fire. All right, fire signs. Let's get a couple broken mirror cards for you guys. Yes. Okay. Couple shuffies. Couple shuffles. All right. Just what you have going on, or who's in your energy. God, it's hot. Can you believe it? And the sun been down. Why is it so hot? Try to understand. Fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. Just a few cards. Show me what's going on with my fire signs. Toxic love, it says. Toxic love. Drama, it says. Addictions. Love, hate. So love-hate relationship. And then it says, oh, that's it. Okay, so toxic love. All right. Okay, and on this card, it's very steamy, okay? There's a lot of sexual undertones, okay? So you and the person that you're connected to or you're in connection with at this time, you and this person, definitely the attraction is hot. It's on fire, okay? However, the passion is there. The attraction is there. The sex is amazing. But you guys, I feel like you clash and it's a love-hate situation. You know, you do love them and they have love for you, but you both also kind of like hate each other's guts. It's very toxic. There could be a lot of manipulation on both sides, a lot of gaslighting is what I just heard. So, you know, starting fights and then turn around and act like you didn't do nothing, blame the other person. And I have experienced something in that nature before in the past, you know, and where the person, they would start stuff and then when I react to it, you know, now, oh, but what about what you did? That's what they would say. But what about that time when you did? We're not talking about that time. We're talking about right now. Okay? Right now. So, yeah, like people are funny in that way, but I just see that this is what you guys are dealing with. However, you know, it gets sticky when you mix sex in it because then your emotions are in there. So you guys really have deep emotions for each other, but you can't stand each other low key. Egg on their face. Somebody's feeling ashamed, it says, bothered, and then it says got caught. Somebody got caught here. So somebody got caught. Somebody has egg on their face. They got caught. One of you could have cheated on the other. All right. Or lied. And then it was found out. It was realized that there were lies here, or there was another person, or somebody is feeling ashamed because they got caught out there. What they did, I don't know. We're going to dig a little deeper now in the tarot and see. But whatever they were doing behind closed doors backfired. And now the secret is out. I just heard the secret is out. So it's something that either you or your person, flip the energies, whoever it resonates for. I could be talking about you. I could be talking about your person. So just wherever it fits, guys. But somebody got caught out there and clearly they're feeling a way about it, okay? Because they didn't expect to be found out. They thought that they would be able to hide that secret forever, okay? And guess what? And this is what people don't get. Like, whatever you do, don't you think eventually it is going to come out? It is. Nothing, you can't hide. I don't care what it is. You can't hide it forever. Eventually, it is going to come to light. That's just how life is. You can hide it for a little while, but when it's supposed to be found out, it will get found out. That's just the way it goes, okay? Let's see what we got, guys. For my fire signs, tell me a little more, Spirit, on what's going on with them, the person that they have in their energy, okay? And we'll pull a few, pull about 3 or 4 cards, maybe 3, right? Spirit, please show me the Emperor. Somebody in this relationship is very controlling. See how he's standing on a checkerboard? Very much calculated. This is somebody who thinks before, very intelligent. I want to say that first of all. Whoever this is, fire signs. Could be you, could be your person. But somebody here is highly, I mean, the brains on you, okay? Because, or your person, because you think before you do anything. Every move I feel that you make, you've already thought about it. You've looked at the angles and everything. So this is how you showed up in this connection though too. So you could have been somebody who moved strategically with this person. Okay. But I will say that the Emperor is, being an Emperor energy means that you are very controlling. You like things to be your way. And it's hard for you to see things from other perspectives, although you do look at all the angles when it benefits you. But you're kind of like, you're unable to put yourself in other people's shoes and see things from their side. You only see it from your side. You can see from your side all the angles, but it's hard for you to step out of that, you know. And so, for example, you like things to be your way. You could set rules in relationships, and if that person doesn't follow and go along with how you want things to roll in the connection, you have a problem with that. Okay, so you're not somebody who's very easily and fire signs are fixed signs. So that means that you have you're usually, with everything in life, you're pretty set in your ways. It's hard for you to bend, and so the rules that you've set for yourself and for others, it's like law for you. Like if they go against it, it's a problem. It's an issue. Tell me more. Also, another thing that I want to say before I move on. See all the red? Somebody here has a bad temper. The Emperor is somebody who could fly off the handle if things are not by the book the way they want it. So very quick to anger, very quick to flip. And this is just who you are, how you show up. Tell me more, Spirit. The King of Swords. You could have been dealing with a Libra, a Gemini, or an Aquarius fire sign. So somebody here has that energy. They are coming out as the King of Swords. Someone who values communication, somebody who's very intelligent, just like you. So I feel like you guys connected on that level intellectually, and that's one of the things that you liked about this person, or you do like, is that you guys can get on the phone or get together and talk about many things, about many different, subjects, and it's easy for you guys to have discussions and maybe even debates. But with this King of Swords as well, this is someone who is fair. So this person that you were dealing with, or either this could be, I feel like this is the person you were dealing with, honestly. This person is somebody who you view as being very fair, and they're a fair individual, but at the same time, you see how they're holding that sword? They're always ready for whatever pops off. So if you come at them in a fair way, they're going to greet you in that same way. I feel like this is somebody who gives what they get. So if you come at them nasty, they're going to come right back just as nasty or nastier and slice you right down with this sword that they carry in their hand. Okay. So you see how they have a face that looks like they have two different sides to them, right? So that's the duality. That's the duality there. So they can be either or. They can be nice or they can be nasty. It just depends on how you come at them. Tell me more, Spirit. Ace of Pentacles. This is, I feel like, a new connection. You might have just started talking to this person. This could be someone who maybe in the last week or a couple of weeks or month. This could be months as well. This could be that you've been talking to them for a year. Pentacles usually represent a year. Okay, depending on how many pentacles is on the card. So you could have been talking to this person from months, weeks, to up to a year. But at any rate, you feel like this is someone who you can have, even though you guys clash in some type of way, you do still look at them as someone who you can have something solid with. You feel like the growth is there. You feel like they have what it takes to build like something solid. You're glad that they came into your life. You feel positive, definitely positive feelings about them, regardless if you guys argue. Arguments are normal in connections, right? That's not something to just run off and stop dealing with somebody, unless you see that it's completely toxic, right? But overall, I feel like you look at this as something as that this could work. This could definitely work out, okay? And it's a new beginning for you. It's something that, it's a fresh start. It's because I feel like you've been single for a while, fire signs. You've been single for a good amount of time. And this is someone who you have high hopes about, basically. Okay. And they could have this person, being that it came out Ace of Pentacles. Pentacles represent earth signs. So they could also have Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn in their chart. You could be dealing with one of those. Now let's see at the bottom of the deck. What we don't see coming is the Hierophant reverse. This connection is not going to be, because if it would have came upright, If it would have been Hierophant, upright, that means that this would be long lasting. This would be a connection that is committed. There's going to be a lack of commitment when it comes to you and this person. That's what you don't see coming. So I don't like to burst y'all bubble. I don't like to bust the bubble. I don't like to give you bad news or anything. But I'm just here to let you guys know what I see. And, you know, I do see that although you were hoping, or you would have welcomed it being something long term and, you know, this person would hang around. It's not going to be that. You know, you're not going to get married to this person. You're not going to have kids. You're not going to have a long lasting relationship. It could really be over at any time, you know, because this is not your person for life. That's all they're saying. But still, enjoy the ride. I'm not trying to say don't enjoy it. You know, if it works for you for now, definitely enjoy. It's summertime. It's not time to stress. It's time to have fun. Okay? It's time to enjoy. Okay? Nobody ain't got time to be fighting, bickering, arguing in the heat. Listen. Look, no. Have fun. Enjoy each other. Yes. But just know that this is not your forever person. Enjoy it for what it is. It's not hard, right? All right. Next up, we got our Earth signs. Earth signs coming up. That's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay. Let's see what we got for Earth. From my Earth signs, Spirit, what do we have? And we're also going to take a look at the broken mirror, guys, as well. All right, so we already shuffled here. And let's give this one a shuffle as well. Okay, guys, let's see what energy you and your person are in at this time for my Earth signs. Okay. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. What do we have, Spirit? Okay, soul contract, soulmates, partnership, and then it says spiritual union. So you and this person, you are like divinely guided when it comes to this connection. You guys were supposed to meet each other. You know, God put you together. He put you on the same path to come across each other. You have a soul mate relationship, a past life relationship. This is a spiritual union. You could feel that this person, you love them, but it's a love that you have never experienced before, ever. And the reason why it feels so different, and it is so different, is because it's literally a God-sent connection where you guys have maybe in the past life, you see how it says soul contract, maybe in the past life, you guys were together and here you are again, meeting each other again. So you could feel very nostalgic about this person. Like when you met them, you automatically felt comfortable. You felt like you knew them and it was just familiar. And this is why, because you did know them. You knew them before in the past life. We do keep coming back, guys. You know that. We keep coming back to this life. And if you have a soul contract with someone, you're going to meet them every single time until you get it right with them. Okay? All right. Tell me more, Spirit. Somebody's favorite color could be purple, by the way. Just a little side note, okay? Secretive, sneaky, mysterious, and then it says hiding information. Someone here, either you or your person, earth signs, kept secrets. Somebody wasn't forthright. Someone was hiding information, maybe even hiding another person. And I feel that you could have felt that this person was very mysterious. You could have definitely felt that they were, not being open and honest about who they are, where they go, what they do, and this could be how you feel right now, okay? That this person is sneaky. And maybe they have shown you time and time again that they are sneaky and they can't be trusted. They've given you reasons to believe and to know that they can't be trusted. You understand? And I feel like they do hide themselves. You see how it's like a dark cave here? You can't even see the person. So this person may hide behind a mask or hide behind drugs or drinks or lies or whatever it could be. People hide behind many different things. So, but This is someone who hasn't been their authentic self. They haven't been real with you. Okay? Let's wrap that up. Let's see what we got, guys. We already shuffled. So Spirit, please let me know what we have for my earth signs. Okay. This is the 8 of Swords, and it came reversed. I'm going to show you in the upright. So in the past, you put yourself, I feel like either you or your person, earth signs, you put yourself in like a mental prison. You were in a mental prison when it came to this connection. You could have felt, I see at some point, that there was no way for you guys to get on the same page, or you could have felt like for some reason you couldn't leave this person. You created the boundaries and the limits for yourself when it comes to this individual. You could have, and it was all mental, okay? Because at any time, if you're not happy, you can always leave a person. There is nothing holding you back from that. If you're not getting what you want and what you need as a human, and we all have basic needs, and we all have love languages and things of this nature. So if you're not getting what you know is going to make you happy and what will keep you feeling secure and safe, then you come to your person, you let them know, right? But if they still don't change, what are you supposed to do? Are you supposed to stay there? You created, I see in the past, a prison where mentally you kept yourself and held yourself back from making the necessary movements because you were not happy here. This person had you in your head. You're not in this energy anymore. This card came reversed. So it just lets me know that the prison that you had put yourself in before is not there anymore. Like you literally kicked down the doors and you're like, you know what? I don't have to stay here. I don't have to put up with this. I can see you doing this. I don't have to, deal with this nonsense. And you walked away from this. I sense that you did. You left this person right where they were standing. You did. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. Okay. Somebody could have air in their chart. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. There's more swords, guys, which represent air energy. But you see the duality here? You felt like you were fighting yourself in this connection. You felt like it was you against you. But you see how with this person here, it looks like they're in competition, right? One of them is dark, one of them is light. So what I'm getting from this is that you were dealing with someone who they wanted to challenge you. They could have liked to play with your mind. They could have liked to press your buttons and really get up in your head and maybe even have you thinking that you did things wrong when you really didn't do anything wrong. A lot of manipulation, mental. It was mental. There could have also been, I hate to say, but I see it, could have been mental abuse with this person as well, okay? This person liked to fight. You see the strength, the build on these two. This person liked to fight you. They like to go head to head. You see how the heads are bumping. This person, this air sign that you were dealing with, they like the challenge. They like to fight. They like to argue. They like to have disagreements, arguments. And this for whatever reason, and I feel it was toxicity, they were in there definitely being that one is dark and one is light. Someone here was more spiritual and the other person was more in their shadow self. Meaning somebody came and showed up genuine and peaceful and loving and kind and, in this godlike energy. Could have been you, collective. And then the other person that you were dealing with, you see they came out in that darker shade. So I'm just getting that they were, in that dark energy where they were toxic. They were toxic and they wanted to fight you and they wanted you to join them and they wanted you to lower yourself and lower your frequency because you were up here. You were higher than them. I could see that. You were higher frequency and higher vibrational than they were. You ranked higher than them in the spirit world. They could have seen it and got jealous. And that's why they like to fight you, because they wanted to bring you down a notch. You understand? People get intimidated. You understand? When they know that another person could have one up on them. They could be better than them in some way. And you were a better person inside. And they realized it and they wanted you to come down to their level. And this is part of the issues that you guys had. Okay, now, should we pull one more? One more, Spirit. The Empress reversed. Okay, so I'm gonna show you in the upright. This is the Empress, represents big Libra energy, also could be Sag energy here, but came in the reverse. So someone showed up here in this connection with this. I just talked about low vibration. Didn't I just talk about it? The Empress, if she would have came upright, one of the highest vibrations that you can have in the tarot. But somebody was on the other end of this. Somebody was very toxic and manipulative, and they like to scheme. They like to, you see how she's sitting on this chessboard, very, very calculated in how they would, I feel like they would sit back and, I hate to say it, but I have to tell you guys what I see. They would sit back and they would think of ways of how they could piss you off that day, or think of ways how they could rock the boat. They took time to think about how they could hurt you, how they could, I just heard have you come down a notch. So they felt like, because they knew how smart you are, and they knew how close to God you are, and how righteous you are, and how high vibrational you showed up here, that they wanted to bring you down. I just talked about it with the other card. Wow. Thank you, Spirit. I just talked about it. Thank you. I love when the tarot it comes out and it will confirm the card that you just talked about. But yeah, somebody was in their Empress reverse energy. So they didn't have growth and nurture on their mind. You need to know that. This person came in, they didn't have any intention on building this strong foundation with you. They seen something in you, and I feel like they were intimidated and they wanted to destroy it. They wanted to hurt you. They wanted to make you feel bad about yourself. I feel like because when people do that, they're lacking something within. Just know, if anybody ever spends that much time to try to knock somebody else down, then they don't feel good within themselves, right? They are actually lacking confidence, self-esteem, self-love, all of that. And they seen all that in you. They knew that you had that. So if this doesn't resonate for you, then I could be talking either to you, okay? I could be talking about you. You understand? So just flip the energy where it goes, okay? And I'm not here to judge anybody. If you're the one that came out Empress reverse, you have some work to do. That's all it is. And I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to show y'all what I see in this connection, okay? Bottom of the deck, we have the Hangman, which is reverse. So you guys are not talking at this time. That's what I see. You're not in communication. With this Hangman being reversed, it shows that it looks like pretty soon, because this card, the shadow card, is on the bottom of the deck. All right, that stands for what you don't see coming. So what you don't see coming is, I feel like whoever was in the wrong here, who showed up in this low vibrational energy, they're coming back around. They're going to come out of that Hangman energy where they weren't talking. They were, taking a break from this connection. They will come back and they will try to reconnect with you in some way. Could be as a friend, could be that they want another love situation with you. Just use your intuition, I would say. All right. And yeah, I can't tell you exactly what to do. I can only show you what I see. And then the choice is up to you, because we all have our own free will and what we want to do. You could want this person back. That's up to you. You could want them back. You could feel like, okay, you know what? Maybe they changed. You could see something, and who knows, right? But that's what we have for you. All right, fire sign. Now we're off to water. So I got to make my tater salad. Okay, my potato. Kari, come cut that water off for me. Hello? Cut the water off for me? That's right. These kids, God bless them. God bless them. My mom used to put me to work, child. She used to put me to work, okay? And so I'm old school. I'm an 80s baby, all right? So, listen. How I feel like, how I was raised, I do kind of not even realizing it. I brushed that off on my son, and I raised my son up in the same way, but with a little twist on it. Because let's face it, my generation, millennials, they're different than we're different than our moms and dads. If you're an 80s baby, your mom or your dad is a baby boomer. So this is two different generations. right? So we have to at least be a little lenient with them. It's different. All right, so water signs, spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors, please show me what I need to see. Envy, hater, spiteful, jealousy. You were in connection with somebody who was jealous of you, jealous of your light. You see how she's wearing all that white there? This person, I feel like, but they have on a black hat, you see? This person, I feel that you were in connection with, and I'm channeling energy. Sometimes I just channel. Believe it or not, they actually envied you. They saw something in you that they don't have within themselves, something that they lack. It could be self-love. It could be how close you are to the divine, how close you are to God, how you always keep your spirits up, how you keep your energy clean, and just how maybe your determination. People can be intimidated by so many things. Your intelligence, your looks, it could be anything. But when you think about a partner, you don't think that your partner, the one that you laying with, would be envious. But yes, they can be. And it's wicked, but they can be. Trust me. And so this is who you were dealing with, somebody who low-key envied you, and or you could be dealing with them still. I don't know. This could be someone that you're still in connection with, but just know that this person, they clap for you in your face, but behind your back, this is how they look. Like, not them again, getting good news again. You know what I mean? Like a frenemy. And that sucks, because we're talking about a love interest or a partner. That's sick. Tell me more, Spirit. Secretive. Yeah, this person is sneaky, mysterious, hiding information. And you could know, collective, because I'm going to tell you something. Water signs are very much intuitive. They have first of all, you have, just naturally, you have intuition that is on 1,000 because you are a water sign, which deals with emotions, which deals with your energy being so sensitive to other people and other people's feelings and your own feelings too, don't get me wrong. But you could feel people, you could feel what's going on a whole different level. So you have possibly already seen that this person is secretive, they're hiding stuff from you, could be hiding a person from you as well. You know, they could be dealing with somebody else on the side. Maybe you already seen signs of this, or you could have just thoughts that they are doing dirt behind your back, right? And they hide themselves. They definitely hide themselves. You see how it's like a dark cave. You can't even see this person. This person could hide behind a mask. They could hide behind drugs, liquor. They could hide behind anything. They could just be showing you one side of them, and behind your back, they're a totally different person, you know. But this person, you have either caught them already being sneaky, and so you know how they are, how they move. But if you didn't catch them already, you're starting to feel that they have something going on. It's something they're not telling you. All right. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let's get into the tarot. And I already shuffled. So spirit guides, angels, divine ancestors, please shine the light. Yeah, so with this person, we have the 5 of Wands that came out, okay? All right, water signs, Pisces. I'm talking to you guys. I'm talking to Cancers and Scorpios. You dealt with somebody who you constantly used to fight with, constantly had arguments, clashing, chaos, drama. This is bumping heads. This is, and I feel like it was repeated over and over and over again. You had to fight this person. And in this relationship, it was hard to find peace because of all the clashing. It was like back to back. Your energy was just drained from this. You've already dropped this, so you guys are not arguing anymore. Now, maybe it's going to come out that you guys are not in connection, and that's why you're not dealing with it anymore. But all of that, either you want to drop this, and you guys are still together, and you want to stop fighting, or you've already walked away, and that's why the fighting has stopped. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, justice reversed. So the justice, you could be dealing with a Libra. Okay, this person that you were dealing with, but somebody could have Libra in their chart or fire, just like you. But at one point you felt like, oh, this person, I could rock with them. I could really be with them. This can work. but it turns out they were unfair to you in some way. You look at them as being very unfair with this justice being reversed. They weren't, maybe it could be that they didn't listen to you when you tried to express yourself and what you needed, or if you guys had an issue, or you just, something just rubbed you wrong when it comes to righteousness and fair. You look at this person as being, maybe you feel like they have, they're lacking like morals. So you could look at them as somebody who just does whatever they want. They don't care about other people. Somebody who's very selfish, self-centered, and unfair, unwilling to cooperate as well. Okay. Tell me one more, Spirit. Yeah, 3 of Cups. So this is somebody who, I'm going to show it to you in the upright so you can see. Once upon a time, you guys used to have a good time, go out, have fun, maybe drink together, party together. You see how they turning up on this card. Okay, they turning up. They was having a beautiful time, a blast, okay? This is somebody who used to have a blast with. But being this came in reverse, and notice how there's 3 people on the card. We're only talking about you and your person. Who was that other person? Being that this card came reverse, it shows that there was a third party, okay? Somewhere along the line, what this person, remember, it showed that they were being mysterious. They were hiding another individual from you. They were dealing with somebody, okay? You didn't know about it. Maybe you know about it now. Maybe you already got the evidence that they were cheating on you. But yeah, if you didn't already get the evidence, it's coming out right here, babe. It's coming out. They had a third party. They definitely they were dealing with somebody else, which is why you guys constantly clashed. You know, what I realized, when people are doing dirt behind your back, they like to fight a lot. They like to create that chaos as fuel, as a reason to go out and do dirt, okay? But it just shows that how guilty they are, you know? They try to make fights where there's no fights. They try to create issues, arguments, just so they can go out, have a reason to go outside and go and, you know, spread their meat all over the town, or be the butcher, or be, you know, spread their cooch all over the world, or whatever they do. We're talking about a male or a female. But yeah, they do it so they can have a reason to go and, you know, mingle with other people. And this is what your person was doing. We talked about them being mysterious and hiding secrets. This is what it was. They were hiding another person from you. Okay, let's look at the bottom of the deck as what you don't see coming. Bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. So with this person, they could be coming back. Now, this could be, I'm getting 2 different scenarios, because the Hierophant is all about commitment, and it's all about playing everything by the book when it comes to a relationship, doing things the right way, showing up, you know, in the right way, courting your person, being faithful, being committed. This person may come back. You see how their hands are together like they're praying, right? On this card, this character has their hands together like, give me one more chance. They could come back and ask for forgiveness. Water signs, you could hear from them, because the bottom of the deck always shows the shadow card, what you don't see coming. What you don't see coming is this person may come back with their hands in the praying stance, hat in hand. I just heard hat in hand, ready to admit, ready to confess and ask for your forgiveness. And it's going to be up to you whether you take them back or not, right? Because I'm not the one that has to deal with it. You guys have free will to do whatever you want. It could be that you meet someone new. This is the other instance that it could be. This is another scenario that it could be. That this person, you won't hear from them, but you'll hear from someone else, brand new, and they will be able to offer you what you didn't get, which is a committed connection that's righteous, and, you know, something where you don't have to be looking behind your shoulder to see if the person is cheating. You can feel comfortable with this person because they're in it for the long haul, and they will want to just be with you. You will be enough for them, right? So they'll be able to give you what you didn't get, and that past connection. I want you guys to come back. Let me know what happened here. You guys can reach me. Look in the description box. You can always hit me on IG. You can add me there, you know, request me. You can also hit me up for, this was general, guys, for all the signs, but you can always email me or contact me for a personal reading so I can get, you know, the fine details. And we'll get, you know, even deeper than definitely deeper than what we get here with these general reads. All right. I love you guys. I have to go. I always enjoy spending time with you. Don't forget to like, and I appreciate that you guys like and share and comment and all the beautiful things. All right, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.